You good?
It was powdery.
Yeah.
And I was drinking out of a water fountain.
True.
So you like slurp it. You know, the powder just went straight through my throat. Oh, shit.
Facts. Don't dry scoop, kids. Unless you're a trained professional.
We're locked in, though.
We're locked in, though. We live? We're live.
That's
Bay
good.
Affiliated episode 8. Ooh. We are live. We are in my, is it still alma mater if it's your high school?
It's your alma mater. This
is my alma mater. This is Christopher High School weightlifting gym. This is the gym. This is where we got it in high school. I'm with someone who has always been himself, someone who has always been, you know what I mean, a stand-up individual, no matter if it was like when we were younger, and now that we're grown men today, someone who like is genuine from what I've seen in his character and his program. And you know, he might be the mayor of Gilroy one day. You know what I'm saying? This is my boy JOSUE.
One day, we'll see. We'll
My
see
boy
what happens.
JOSUE.
Bringing it back, a little throwback right here. JOSUE and Rayshawn in the Christopher High Gym, baby. That's a throwback for you, for sure.
How you feeling, my boy?
I'm feeling good, dude. I'm pumped. I just had a Alani straight down my throat. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go.
Let's get it. Let's get
We're
it
locked
today.
in.
Today it's gonna be a vlog pod. I'm the first one to ever do a vlog pod. Hey, this is not a vlog. This is not a podcast. You know, we got cameras rolling, we got gym equipment, and we got questions going. You know what I mean? So stick with us. We're gonna do a quick little upper body. I'm gonna ask my boy about how it was, you know, since growing up here in Gilroy, and since then, you know, he's done a bunch of great things, and I feel it's important to show like this side of the city and this side of the, not only the city, but the South Bay, you feel me? And at the end of the day, that's what the podcast is about. So first workout, first exercise is gonna be shoulder press. You ready?
Hell yeah, I'm pumped.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
It's up to you. We can go at the same time, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like
do it then.
it'd be better, you know, so we could both just focus. You know what I mean?
Let's
'Cause
do it.
I don't gotta watch you.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're
Let's
both
do it.
Seasoned, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as seasoned as you are. You might have to watch me. You're going 35s. I might have to go.
I got
30s.
a bad shoulder though. I got a bad shoulder.
Yeah, well, I'm a skinny soccer player, so I might have to go.
Dude, you're
a little
not
less
even
weight
skinny
than
no
you.
more. You weigh more than me.
There's no way. I thought you were 20.
I'm like 205, maybe.
Yeah, I'm 205. We weigh the same.
Maybe.
We weigh the same.
Maybe. So we're gonna do just regular shoulder press. You feel me?
We can go regular. Let's go regular. shoulder
Let's
press.
do 3 sets. How you feeling today? 3 sets of.
3 sets of whatever you want.
3 sets. We can go 3 sets of 10 to 12.
Let's get it.
Ready?
Let's get it. This is my coach for today, Rayshawn Mills.
We're gonna get a quick one in.
This is my coach, Rayshawn Mills. He just does what he does. Oh, you lean back on the bench all the way?
Not all the way. It's all the way up on this bench.
Oh, is it?
I think we got different benches.
I think so. I lost count. I'm gonna stop when you stop.
Right here. 10. So my boy, tell us. I remember like, cause I went to JUCO.
Yeah.
Tell us why. Well, before we get into that, how was it for you coming up in Gilroy? You know what I mean? Because I've told the people a bunch about how it was for me. I want them to get a different perspective on like, I don't know, I wouldn't say, you know, we come from the same similar like class system in the city. You know what I mean? We both had more benefits than like some of our other friends that we, hang out with. You know what I mean? But I want another perspective, basically. So how was it for you coming up here in the city?
Well, I mean, are you talking more like sports related?
Just
You want to
in
make
general.
a sports question?
Yeah, just in general, prior to sports, like prior to high school, basically.
Okay.
Sports and just life in general. How was it coming up here?
Yeah. No, I mean, it was
How
nice.
if
I mean, it
sports
was
came.
nice for us, right? Because, like you said, we're a little bit fortunate than like some of our friends who grew up on a different side of town. But for like sports, dude, or for like soccer, it was super hard coming up here because there's no good programs to like play at. So you're always like you're either stuck in a shitty program here in like Gilroy, or you have to like travel to San Jose to like play.
Right,
like,
so it's similar like
club
the football
soccer.
situation.
Yeah.
It's just the same. Like we kind
exactly.
of were like got the shit end of the stick because we were from Gilroy.
No, definitely, dude. When I was like 12 years old, I was taking the like public bus to San Jose to go play for for a club team because there was nothing here in like Gilroy that was good enough.
Good enough, right. And you've always had dreams. Your goal was always to, you know, take soccer as far as possible, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
And when did you start playing?
So I started playing like as soon as I can walk. So I mean, as far as I can remember, as soon as I can walk, I was like playing soccer. But then I kind of fell out of love with it when I was like 15 years old because it was like my dad was just like pressuring me way too much, and then it just became something that like he wanted me to do, and not something that I wanted to do. So I like quit for like a year until then I just kind of fell back in love with it. It was like 2010, and it was the like World Cup.
Okay.
So I watched that and I was like, oh shit, dude, I like missed that. Yeah, and then it was just like a good way to like recharge the batteries.
Okay.
And I came back just stronger than ever.
And that was like 2010. That was like your sophomore
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
That would have been my freshman year, your sophomore year, and that's when you started playing again at Christopher, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then, so as soon as you started playing, it was like go time. You're like, I want to go to college for it. I want to go to the pros if I could and do all the shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was your dream? What was your dream college to go play soccer?
So, well, the funny thing is, like, I wanted to play at.
My dream school to play for was the Sooners. If I could ever.
Oh yeah.
If I would have did it the right way.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I wanted to always play for
definitely.
OU, bro.
Yeah. No. So for me, it's funny because like since I was in elementary school, where I wanted to go play soccer at was UC Santa Barbara.
Oh wow.
And it's because there was this guy from like Gilroy who went to UC Santa Barbara, and he won a national championship with them in 2006.
Wow.
So he came talk to my elementary school, told us, and I was like a second, third grader, and I was like, oh shit, dude, like that's where I want to go to school.
No way.
And then like it played out for me. That's where I ended up. It was crazy.
That's a trip. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, it was nuts.
I didn't know that. Let's bang out this next sip.
Hold on, I might have to go heavier this one.
See, I told you, bro.
No, I know, you're right. What am I doing, 40s, 50s?
40s. You can do 40s. I got a bad shoulder. So I kind of stay light on.
I was going to go 45s, but I didn't see 45, so we'll go 40.
Honestly, when I do shoulder press, bro, I don't even go over, I haven't gone over 50 in a long time because I tore my labrum in 2023 in the summer, like right before I played my first season overseas. I tore my labrum and I haven't got surgery on it, so I kind of just keep it, stay safe, you know?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I don't know what's heavy and what's not heavy. I'll just pick up a weight. If it feels right, I'll hit it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best. That's the best
That's
method.
Thing.
Another 10.
Like, if you ask me how much I bench, I couldn't even tell you.
Really?
I just fucking put the weight on there, and whatever feels right, we hit it.
There's some benefits and some pros and cons to that.
I know. I got to be more scientific with it.
Not really.
Oh, I guess not. I'll stop when you stop. There we go.
Cause like I don't know, it's different. It depends on who you talk to, bro. Like, cause I grew up, like I'm like you, bro. All the training and knowledge I got is from like playing sports and just my own self-taught.
Yeah.
You know, so like you said, like we were talking about earlier, like all the little rules at commercial gyms.
Yeah,
and things
dude,
like
all that
So
shit,
like I'm not really I'm more of a like, just lift that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
lift that
fucking
shit,
lift
see what
that
happens.
shit.
Yeah.
We'll fucking worry about your form later. You feel me? Like what?
No, same.
That's kind of how it is when you lift on a team, you know?
Yeah,
Like we're in there 5 a.m. Like let's go,
Yeah.
bro. Like
especially for football, you guys are
like fucking jacked, bro.
Going into those squats like
but
that.
I wanted to ask you, bro. So you always wanted to go to UC Santa Barbara, right? So how come, in your opinion, why don't you think you got like a deep like that offer right out of high school?
All right, so you know, like I told you, so I was traveling to San Jose for like club soccer, but my like club team fell apart when I was like 16 years old.
Okay.
So after that, I wasn't playing like any club, so I was just playing high school soccer. And here at Christopher, we sucked, so you're not gonna get recruited anywher. Right. And it's especially like top programs.
They're not looking.
They don't look high school.
Yeah.
It's all.
Especially
like,
for soccer.
Yeah,
too.
no, 100%.
Yeah.
Like at UC Santa Barbara, I was there this past year as an assistant coach.
Right.
Dude, we didn't look at high school.
Yeah.
We looked at MLS Next, which is like the top academy, and we're looking at Europe.
Right.
So it's like you're just not getting looked at. So I had to go JUCO. I went to GAV. We sucked. We won like 4 games in 2 years.
Shout out GAV Tech.
Shout out GAV Tech. I was a head coach there. This 2 years ago. But we sucked. We won 4 games in 2 years. So you're like not getting looked at by top programs. I had a D2 offer, Monterey Bay, straight out of GAV, and then, but I got accepted to UC Santa Barbara
Okay.
for like academics. So I was like, you know what?
Academics.
Fuck it, dude. Like,
Slimy.
I'm just going to take a shot. I'm going to say no to my D2 offer. And I'm going to go to school, UC Santa Barbara, and I'm going to try to get on the team somehow.
Bet on yourself.
Yeah.
That's right.
100%.
Dude. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And so
how I got there, and this is even crazy. This is even a crazier story. So I was a student there. So I went into the coach's office. I was like, hey, I'm a student here at UC Santa Barbara. Like, can I talk to the head coach? They're like, no, you can't talk to the head coach. Like, no way, go talk to the assistant coach. So they sent me with him, and I go in there. I'm like, hey, I'm a student here. I think I'm good enough to play on the team. Is there anyone can get a tryout? And he threw some papers at me. He was like, yeah, sign these and come out tomorrow, and then keep on coming out until we tell you not to. So I signed the liability forms, and I went out the next day, and then the next day, and the next day, and they never told me to stop showing up.
Dude,
yeah,
that's major.
It was crazy.
That's crazy. That's like some real life, like that's the shit that makes you, bro. Like that's what I was gonna ask you. So I was gonna ask you, like, talk about that feeling, you know, betting on yourself. You know what I mean? Going in there without knowing, damn, this is a D1 program. I only got accepted here to academics. They're already gonna just think I'm some kid in the classroom who thinks I can play soccer. They don't know what I'm capable of, but I know what I'm capable of. Talk about that process and that feeling and what it takes, you know, for like someone like coming up like in the same situation, you know what I mean? Because every kid in JUCO is going through that, you know what I mean? So talk about what that like process was like for you, how you felt like going through that.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, it's like a huge chip on your shoulder. It's just like natural motivation that doesn't have to come from anywhere else because you already have it. I'm like the walk-on who was like just let on the team, and I really pretty much have like nothing to lose. Right. So I like went from being the like walk-on to all of a sudden I'm like benching guys that had like U.S. youth national team caps who played in like this academy, played in that like academy, who were like 5-star high school recruits who got recruited to play there. Like they're on the bench, and I'm like starting a kid from like who his club team broke up when they were like 16. He played at Christopher Gavlin College. It was
a movie,
dude. It's pretty crazy.
It was a movie,
yeah,
bro.
For sure.
Like, and it's like I just watched your journey through like Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know the like intricacies of how it went, and that's crazy, bro. Because it's kind of similar to mine. At the end of the day, like it's like you said, bro. You got to have that chip on your shoulder, like that started from the bottom feeling. You know what I mean? Like nobody thinks I'm gonna do it, but I know what the fuck I'm capable of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like I wanted to ask you, right? So damn.
Yeah.
One
of the things too, dude, it like makes you more coachable, because you're like not going in there as a player who from he was young like was the guy and like had favoritism and like always every coach wanted you on their team. So like you go there and you're super coachable, which they love too. It's like, okay, shit, here's a guy who's gonna work hard for me, who's good, and is just gonna do like everything I tell him to do.
Right, and it's like, that's what I was gonna ask you. Where do you think you got that from? So it's like what from your childhood, your family life, growing up, like what kind of kid were you growing up, and where do you think you got that will, that grit, that ability to stay coachable, to always learn and to always like know what you're capable of and to bet on yourself?
Yeah.
Where do you think that came from? So
yeah, well, like, I mean, not to give you like a sob story, but like my like mom passed away when I was like 10 years old. So like growing up with
sorry, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah, with like basically a single parent household with like a lot of older sibling support. Like my back was against the wall since I was like 10. So it was just like natural to like keep that with me. Like, yeah, it's like the thing that hurt me the most in life, but it also like made me the strongest. So from like that, it's just like now, like that work ethic and that will back against the wall has been with me since I was 10.
Damn, bro, I don't think I knew that about you, bro. And it makes sense why you like rep your dad so tough the way you do. Like,
100%.
you know what I mean? It makes sense. Like that. Yeah, bro. Like, and that's usually what it takes, bro. And I feel like for every man, like we're all gonna get there when we get there, but it usually takes like something big like that, or like, you know, to where you really like have to like look inside and understand like what's really going on. And for me, it was when my dad passed away, bro. That was one of the things that took me to that. You know, it hurt me the most, but it like brought me like all the things I needed to move on to that next stage of my life. You feel me? So it's like kind of like that back against the wall feeling. You know what I mean? Like now I'm the man of my family. You know what I mean? I got to be the guy to like be the example for my younger siblings. You know what I'm saying? So, but damn, but dude, I didn't know that about you.
No, definitely. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, right? It's like either these like hard times are either gonna break you or they're gonna make you.
Right.
So.
And it's like if you go through, like you usually win, bro. Like, but if you like, you know, let that shit. If you let it affect you, it's gonna affect you. You know what I mean? And of course, everybody, you know, you gotta feel it, go through it. But it's like at some point, it's time to, you know, you get back on the horse and you know, do what you gotta do as a man, bro. So that's
no,
wild.
for sure, dude. Because like I just told you, when you turn down a D2 offer and you have this coach telling you, oh, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. Like, I'm giving you this offer and you're gonna go to school over there and hope you're on the team. It's like, dude, like, I have already been through much harder shit in like life. Like, this is nothing. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing, bro. Like, I know exactly where you're coming from, bro. Let's get this last one in.
Let's hit this so I can take this pump cover off.
Let's get it. Ready?
Yep. All right, pump cover off now.
I'm probably gonna go. What's today? Sunday. I'm probably gonna. I'll go 15s.
We'll go 10s.
Yeah.
Should I go 15? I might go 15s just to match your weight a little bit.
I usually do the 15s, but like I said, I got a bad shoulder, so I kind of keep it real.
Gives for a better pump.
Keep it player.
These. I know everyone does these different.
So with me, I actually was doing them like the real like exaggerated way, but then I worked out with Andre. You remember Andre Arroyo?
If I see his face.
Short Asian guy. He's in my class.
Oh, yeah.
Real buff now.
Yeah,
trainer. He taught me, he said like, you kind of just drop your shoulders. And he said, you don't even really gotta go that exaggerated. He said, you just wanna feel it in the top of your, like that front and side of that rotator cuff.
That's all you're doing?
Yeah, that's how Andre told me to do it, just boom.
And you feel them?
Boom, yeah. But like you can let your arms hang a little bit more. Like you see how you got that bend?
Yeah.
Like let that shit hang a little bit more, yeah.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah. That's all Andre told me I had to do, so we can just go like 12, 15.
Oh, yeah, I feel it.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Boom.
I've never done it like this.
Yeah. And it's like the more like wider you go, the more you'll feel it on the outside of that rotator cuff, of the outside of that shoulder. But like I like to keep it like right in front like that. But that's good right there. And you just feel it like right here, you know? Like all right here, right? Or where did you feel it?
No, yeah, right there for sure.
Right there, right? Yeah, that's how.
You just got a bunch of sweat on your hands.
It's all good, brother. You know what I mean?
Sweat.
Just, you know, it's love.
It's hot
you know?
in here.
It's love.
It's like a sauna. It's like a sauna in here. It's hot in here.
You can't tell, but it's you know, it's about, we're just working in like, it's like a hyperbolic chamber, like when Goku and Vegeta would train right before.
It's like 120 degrees in here.
But I was gonna ask you, bro, since we're back at our alma mater. Tell me one of your favorite high school memories that you can tell on camera.
Shit, I don't know, dude.
Don't incriminate yourself.
No, I know.
And get yourself in trouble. I know you're about to be.
And that question just brought a bunch of like memories back too. So it's like, shit, I don't know, dude. I think it was just it was when you were a junior.
Right.
The whole like senior prank from my class where we got in trouble and like they were like taking trees from the campus and we're putting it by the bridge. It was just that whole thing was.
I remember that, dude. Like you guys.
We like ruined it for everyone else.
Yeah, you guys kind of fucked it up. And I remember when we did ours, bro. Like ours kind of like fell through the. I don't know. I just had no faith in my class to execute it, so I kind of took it in my own hands. And I remember I freaking came and what is it?
Don't incriminate yourself. Don't incriminate.
It's what is it? What is it called? Statute of limitations. You know what I mean? 7 years and shit. It's a long time ago. But I filled what are they called? Like a fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah.
Like I filled a big one up with paint, dude, and I hit the whole side right here, bro, with 2014. If you don't, you might remember, but like
I heard about that.
2014, bro, hella fat, like 6 foot numbers. You know what I mean? And like. I feel like I did that for us, you know what I mean? I had to get it done because I don't think, Because 2012 was dope. You guys were
Yeah.
dope, and ours was like it was looking bad, bro.
Yeah.
It was looking bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, we got to go out with the bang.
Yeah, you had to put it on your back a
I
little
had to
bit.
put the class on my back. You feel me? Like that's just been the type of person I've always been. You know what I mean?
Put it on my back. Follow
I'll
my
carry
lead.
the boat. You know?
Yeah, hell
I'll
yeah.
carry the boat.
Yeah, you're gonna carry those boats. I got that tattooed on me. Can I show that? Can I pull my pants down or what?
Go for
Underwear?
it. Your fucking pants on.
Yeah. No, I got that right there. Look at that.
I'll carry the boat. You see what time it is, dog?
Who's gonna carry the fucking boats?
Come on, dude. You see what time it is? This is not a game. This is a lifestyle.
That's a lifestyle.
This is
right
a
there.
lifestyle, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like, how do you feel about that today? Like with today's like, what's the word?
Soft generation.
Yeah. How do you feel about the generation today?
I hate it, dude. Well, because I like coach it.
Right.
So it's
How is it, bro?
Dude,
Coaching
it's
them.
like you just can't say anything. You can't do anything. You can't like. You can't even. I mean, you played football, so I
Yeah.
know you got it much
Yeah.
much worse than a soccer player did.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it was crazy back in the day. You used to like tell them whatever you want. You curse at them. You make them run.
Yeah.
Now you can't. You just can't do anything. You're so limited as to like what you can do, what you can say.
Right.
You kind of feel like you're walking on eggshells every time you like step out there.
It's
Yeah.
It's sad, honestly, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And it's weird because like I went back to school late, right? So like my last year of college, bro, I was 26 playing
Yeah.
on the team. So I was kind of like in that LeBron role. I was on the team
Yeah.
playing, but I was really like
Yeah.
a coach, you know.
You were the unk.
Yeah,
You were
I was
the unk.
for sure
Yeah.
unk, for sure unk. You know, like now you see it now like in the NCAA, there's these kids playing for like 8, 9
Oh, yeah.
years. But it's like I was like the first, like it was like right when it was happening. Not the first to ever do it, but that era was like the first era of it happening, right? So I was seeing, bro, like how like the coaches were coaching like these new freshmen coming in,
Different.
compared to like how I was coached
Yeah.
and it's like, bro, and it's like there's some pros and there's some cons, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't see it being beneficial in the long run.
No, definitely not.
You know, because you're
No,
making
heck no.
a weaker version of a man at the end of the day, and like, I just feel like they can't take no struggle. They can't,
No.
you know, when it like
No.
you were talking about when you know that back against the
Yeah.
wall feeling. Like they don't know that. They don't
Yeah.
know that it could get that serious. You know, and I feel like too many men are learning too late in their life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what like I said hinders the
Yeah. No, for sure, dude.
the advancement of
Yeah.
men, in my opinion. So we got.
No, but I'll tell you what, dude. What are we doing?
Did we do forward yet?
No.
Okay, let's do forward.
Okay. Yeah.
What were you saying?
No, dude. I like really like push the boundaries with like my shit. Like I know if I had cameras on me, mic'd up while I coach out here like 24/7, dude. Like shit. I don't want to say anything to get me in trouble, but I'll definitely. I don't know how long I would have lasted. I'll tell you that much. But it's like you kind of have to. As a coach, and especially when you coach boys,
Right.
you kind of have to like get on them and hold them accountable. And sometimes, if you have to yell at them, you got to curse a little bit. You just have to.
You have to, right?
But it's like I like try to do the two things that let me do that. So there's two things.
Break it down for us.
There's two things I think as a
Coaching
coach.
one-on-one.
There's like two important things as a coach. I think if you have down and if you have with your players,
Right.
you can like coach the shit out of them. Which is like your players have to trust you and they have to love you. So it's like, okay, how do I get the players to like trust and like love me? So with like trust, thankfully for me, I have a pretty good background and like resume to where I played D1 and I just coached it last year. So that kind of helps me come in and the players like trust me. Okay, this guy was a good player. He's a good coach. Like I like fully trust him in what he does. And you also have to show it like day in and day out. Whether
Right.
it's like showing up early, making sure the practice is prepared, making sure you like game plan the right way. Like, dude, we will watch film. Like I will break down film on like high school teams on like us, and I'll like show it to us, and we'll have like a whole film session.
Right.
And there's not a lot of high school programs that like do that.
Def.
So the players like trust me as a coach, and then also like, okay, how do I get these guys to like love me? Because yeah, I'm their coach, but I also want to be like a like figure for them that they can confide in, like talk to, and that shit. So I'll like ask them about their day. I'll like show and prove to them that like I genuinely care about them, not just as players, but as like people. Right. So once you get your players to trust you and to love you, you can like, dude, you can get on them pretty hard, and they know that it's coming from like a right place.
A good place, yeah. And that was the thing always for me, like that, like, cause like you said, like back in our day, like coaches used to get us foul, you know what I mean? But it was never like, I always knew it was love.
Yeah.
Like Coach P, Coach Woodward, any of the coaches that I ever had, like they used to talk crazy to us, you know what I mean? But I always knew like it was love, and I don't see why it still can't be that way now. I don't see why like I don't see how the generation has become like what it's become, you know? And I feel like, is it our fault, dog?
No, dude, it's,
like
no,
if we're the OGs, like who?
It's a little bit of both too. No, because there's some coaches. Are we gonna hit our next set?
Yeah, we got laterals again.
So there's some coaches that don't go that extra mile to like show their players that they're like human.
Right.
Some coaches are just like asshole coaches who have a huge ego, who just want to yell at players just to yell at players.
Right.
And then it's like, that's not going to get the players to respond well. Like, you have to prove and show to these players that you're here for them and that you really love them and you want them to be the best human off the field and the best player on the field as possible. You know, it's like me, like, if like I would get yelled at.
Let's go straight into straight ones.
Like, if like I would get yelled at by some like random guy, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, who are you? Like, telling me shit, this and that. But if like my dad yells at me, you know, I take it, you know, because it's my dad, and I know that he like loves me.
Right.
So it's like, it's to a different extent, but it's kind of similar with like coaching.
So when did coaching come in the picture? Did you always want to coach, or was it something you realized you wanted to do like as you got to the end of your college soccer career?
It was like kind of like high school.
Okay.
I was so interested with the whole like how coaches game plan, and also like to sound a little egotistical, I think I like the whole kind of pressure of like, this is me, this is my team. If we lose, like I'll take full blame, and if we win, like I did a great job preparing them. Like it's a lot on your shoulders, and I like that.
Okay. So you like the pressure
I
of
love
like
it.
having it all on you. That's kind of
I love like the fact that 20 players rely on me to make them the best possible team.
And then like that feeling at the beginning of the season where it's like, damn, I'm really creating something out of nothing here. Because like even if you won the whole shit last year, you know, next year, just like football, I'm pretty sure last year don't matter. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
New season, right? So like I feel you, bro. Like that feeling of creating something out of nothing has been something that's always like intrigued me, or having all the pressure on me has always like intrigued me. You know what I mean? That's another reason why I wanted to do the interview, because I could tell we've always been more alike than like we actually got a chance to like experience like growing up, right? I was gonna say, so tell us what it was like, you know, achieving that D1 goal, cause like that D1 dream, cause I didn't do it, you know what I mean? So tell us what that was like, getting there and like taking the spots, running it up, you know, tell us how the season went, how your overall career, in your words, was like at UC Santa Barbara.
Yeah. No, it was like surreal, because, you know, like I told you, I was coming from like the shittiest of places. Like, dude, Gavilan College, we had the shittiest field, and we had no resources, nothing. And then you go to UC Santa Barbara, and there's no football program. So soccer, you're the top dogs. You guys, like we average the highest attendance in like all college soccer. Right. So you're just spoiled. So I went from like the shittiest of places. I mean, I got a lot of love for GAV, but resource-wise, it's just the worst of the worst.
Yep.
And then you go to UC Santa Barbara, UCSB soccer, and it's the top of the top. Like you play on grass in a grass stadium, which a lot of college programs don't have a like soccer-specific stadium. We did, so that's a plus. You get the best gear. You get free cleats for like fall and spring.
Damn.
And you just like, dude, I remember we would go on like trips, and one of the assistant coaches would walk by on the bus, and he'd give us like a $50 bill.
I was gonna say, did you
aside from like all your food and everything being paid for, that's just like, oh, here if you want anything extra. Yeah. And if we like went far on a trip, then it was like a $100 bill.
This
like,
is before NIL, kids.
Yeah, this is before. Shit, I don't know if it was like is that.
So you didn't tell us how was the overall career as a player before we get into the coaching?
So
at UC Santa Barbara.
So when I went in there, like I told you, as a walk-on, I didn't have. Well, I like always
like the ending part. Like how did it end?
Right. So I like always believed in myself. So I didn't have like the crazy. Like I like had high expectations, but I also realized, okay, I'm coming in from like a different place. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But like, for me, it was fantastic because I was a starter and I was playing full minutes and everything was panning out the way it was supposed to. But then my senior season, I've like always kind of been obsessed with trying to be the biggest that I can be, but I didn't know how to do it the right way. So I got like a couple pounds heavier, not in a good way. I was just trying to bulk up, and I didn't have like the best senior season.
Okay.
So that's kind of, I think that's a big reason why like my professional career didn't pan out the way I think it should have. Because I was starting and playing over guys who are currently playing pro.
Oh,
so it's
wow.
like, yeah. So, I mean, that is a little like, sometimes when I think about it, it's like a little frustrating.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
You know, it's a little frustrating, but at the same time, I enjoy coaching now more than I did playing. So everything happens for a reason, I think.
Okay. We're gonna do one more set of these. That's feeling good.
That's perfect.
So did you play pro or did you attempt to play? Or
No, I was playing like semi-pro.
Okay.
And I like tried, but I didn't try hard enough. Because I just.
How do you feel about that?
Well,
that hurt me before. I know that feeling. That feeling has made me do some dumb shit before. So.
A little bit, but it's like, I'm a big believer of like everything plays out the way it's supposed to. Right. Like I'm having a blast coaching more than I ever did like playing.
Right.
So that, you know, I guess I was meant to coach.
Right. And it's like, honestly, like that's one of the biggest things. Another thing I feel like you got to learn as a man, you know, like, you know, we only get so many opportunities at shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to seize them when they come. And then at the end of the day, you only can do as much as you can do, and like things are always the way they should be, bro.
Yeah.
Like I agree, bro. Like you're like literally like the perfect dude to be a coach, bro. Like because it's like me personally, like all our coaches, I don't know about for soccer, but all my coaches like were OGs. You know what I mean? I respect them and love them, but it's a different feeling when it's a younger.
Oh yeah.
He makes this shit look good. He got the resume, like you said, to back it up. You know what I mean? And he's like really down to earth with this. Like that's like all a kid needs, bro. Because like. If I would have had that coming up, it would have definitely helped me out a little bit more rather than just a bunch of OGs, you know?
Yeah.
So,
shout out really quick. UCSB soccer. Just got that. When did I get that? A couple days ago. It's just peeling. Some guy in Sunday League too that I hadn't seen in a while. I was like, oh, dude, you're getting big. Fucking grabs me.
Oh, wow.
And like, it's like, dude, like,
Can't you tell?
Like, you could have grabbed me on the shoulder, on the bicep, anywhere. He fucking grabs me right into the fresh tattoo. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Bro. It's like, to say a guy's big, you don't grab him by the elbow.
No.
It's the weirdest shit ever.
It's kind of crazy.
Idiot.
That's kind of crazy. But so now tell us, how was it coaching D1? You know, how soon did you go from, all right, I'm a player to I'm a coach? Because I know you had to come back here. You coached at GAV, coached the high school for a bit, then you finally got that opportunity. So tell us about that process and
so let me take a step back. So I was at Gavilan College, and you know, the reason why I went to UC Santa Barbara was because, you know, this is going to sound a little egotistical, but I like had a lot of success early as a coach. Like when I first got here to Christopher, they had 7 losing seasons in a row, and it was like bad losing seasons. It wasn't like 9-10, you're almost 500. It was like 3-17, 2-18.
Yeah.
So my first year here was we went from the year before I got here, I think it was like 3-17, and then I got here and it was a winning season, and then we tied the second year for like the best record in soccer school history, and then the third year we went undefeated in league, won league, and made it to a CCS final. Right, and then I had Gavilan College, that was a first-year program, who hadn't been a soccer program in 5 years.
Right.
And I had to recruit a whole entire like new team of like freshmen. So you have a team who hasn't been a team in 5 years. You have a team of 30 freshmen who have never played college soccer, and then you arguably have the youngest head coach in all of junior college, which was me. And if they were to tell you, okay, how many wins is that team going to get? You're probably going to be like 3 or like 4, maybe 5.
Yeah.
And we got like 12. So it was like, oh shit, like I've like had a lot of success early on, and I've kind of just been thrown in as an assistant coach. I've like never really took the time to be an assistant and to learn. So I was like, okay, I have a lot of potential as a coach. Let me see if I can take a step back from being a head coach at this junior college and go to a 4-year and see if I can learn from guys that have been there, like, that are established coaches. So I was at an alumni game at UCSB, and I told the coach about that, like, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. And he was like, hey, why don't you come on board with us? So I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude. Like, you won a national championship. You've been coaching 25 years.
Right.
The assistant's been coaching 20 years. It's like, hell yeah, dude, I'd love to learn from you guys. So that's how I ended up there this past year.
Okay, and then so are you currently still a coach at UC?
So I don't know because, I just got engaged and I'm going to be married. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So, it's kind of, it's not as easy to just go and do that now that you're married and you're leaving a wife back who has a full-time teaching job and doesn't want to leave that.
Right.
So it's tough.
Sacrifice.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You got to pick and choose, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So that's dope though. I didn't know GAV hadn't had a soccer team that year you came in. Yep. That's dope, bro. Yeah. So you did that in the opposite role. So how was that? Yeah.
No, well, you see all this stuff behind the scenes that you didn't see as a player,
right?
From game planning to recruiting. Like the game planning, we'd practice at 10 a.m. That's when practice would start. But we'd have to meet as coaches at 8 a.m. every single day to plan the practice for 10 a.m. So you have to be there in the office 2 hours before training to plan it and make sure it's appropriate to where you are in the season, how healthy guys are, and where you want to be. Okay. So it's everything is so methodical that I never saw. We are in the coach's office at 8 a.m. and we're thinking of drills. Okay, we need to work on playing out of the back. Okay, we need to work on this. So now we're game planning, and then it's so detailed to where it's all right, if we're gonna do 5 teams of 4, okay, these are gonna be the teams because these guys play together on the field, and we're working on relationships. Let's have all the guys who play together play on this team. This guy plays on the right side and he plays right next to him. Let's put him on the same team. It's so there's so many little intricacies of coaching that I didn't see as a player that I got to see there.
And did that make you have a newfound respect or love for the game that you didn't have before?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it also it definitely humbled me.
Right.
To where I was coming from a place where thinking I'm a decent coach, and I'm young, but I thought I was a decent coach, and then I went over there and I surrounded myself with the top of the top, and it's holy shit, there's so much more that I need to learn.
Okay, that's dope, bro. That's sounds like you got everything you wanted out of the experience.
Yeah, for sure. And dude, it was so fun, and one of my favorite things about it was we had a player who was a freshman for us.
That's what I was gonna ask.
First round, first pick.
First round, first pick.
Heck
that's basically who just went.
That's your Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Who's coming out now? Travis Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's basically Travis Hunter, right?
Yeah, dude, that's your top of the top.
And
that's
how was it coach? Did you in the middle of the season? Did you know you probably knew he was good and blessed, but did you guys know he was that good?
No, so we knew he was a special player coming in there, but the first game he played and he stepped on the field, we were holy shit, this guy's different.
It was like that.
He's different. This is the best player in college soccer, and it's not even close. And then he dislocated his kneecap a couple games in the season, so we were okay, shit, we might have him for another year because pro teams might take a step back on him.
Yeah.
But he came back just in time for playoffs. And no one took a step back on him. He was still the first pick.
Did he look like he missed a step?
No,
from the
not at all. Not even close.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Shout out to that kid, bro.
Manudua. Shout out Manudua. Heck yeah. Special player.
Blessings upon him. So we're going to do some biceps. So usually when I do biceps, I do the straight bar or Z bar. Then I superset it with alternating hammers. So we'll do that. So one of us will do the Z-bar, then one of us will do the hammers, then we'll flop.
All right, let's do it.
There's no way we could do that because the hammers will take way longer.
Okay. What weight are we doing?
So we'll do Z-bar, and then we'll just both pick a Z-bar, and then we'll both.
Okay. We're going different.
Pick a Z-bar,
okay. So what weight are you gonna go? Like I said, dude, I kind of just pick up the weight. I don't even know what the hell.
I was gonna do 50s.
How many are we going for? 10, 12?
Yeah, we'll do 10, 12.
Okay, you could take the 50s.
Yeah, you could probably do. Oh fuck this! You want the 50?
What are you gonna take? I could take 40s.
I'll take the 50.
I'll take 40s. Just get a good, little squeeze.
Yeah, I'll take the 50.
Get a good squeeze and get a good pump.
Nah, we don't gotta do superset. We can just do this.
Okay.
And then, or do you want to do superset? So we'll do 3 of these.
Yeah,
then,
we're superset it. Hell
all right,
yeah.
we'll do 3 of these and then 2 sets alternating hammers. So
Makes for a better pump.
yeah. So I'll do. I usually do 30s or 25s. What do you want?
I'll take 30s.
You'll take.
I'll go
30s?
heavier on these then. Yeah.
All right, and then damn, do I pop the top or no?
You might have to. Like I said, I thought you were gonna be in a crop, but
it's like, where do I put the mic?
crop cut off. You have a chain?
I got my dreads.
Oh, there you go. Put it on the dreads. There you go. Put it on the dreads right there. You're looking big, man, and tall too.
I'm not tall.
Looking big and tall. The top's gonna come off. My top's not coming off because I'm not lean enough. I'm not lean enough to take my top off, so.
I'm not even big though.
This guy's shredded. He's shredded and yadded.
I'm not even big right now.
Did that one hurt, right? Oh, those all hurt, huh? All those tattoos hurt?
Yeah, they all fucking hurt. Nah.
Do you use numbing cream?
No, I've never. I might use it on
I'm a
this next
freaking
one.
sissy. I can't take it without numbing cream.
You've used numbing cream?
Yeah.
On all of them?
No, as soon as I found out about numbing cream.
Does it work?
Hell yeah.
And you don't feel shit?
Dude, I didn't feel. Look at this one right here. This
Yeah,
one.
you used numbing cream on that?
Hell yeah.
You didn't feel shit?
No, otherwise I would have freaking been
Yeah,
dead with
bro,
that one.
'cause-
I just used numbing cream on my latest UCSB one.
See, bro, because I've been getting tatted since I was 14, bro. And, like, since I found out about this numbing cream, I want to get my whole stomach done. Like, this next time when we go, I'm supposed to go do one today with my tattoo guy.
Yeah.
And he told me about the numbing cream. And I want to get, like, my whole stomach done. Like, something right here. Get this done again, because I got this when I was hella little.
Yeah.
And then get something all the way right here, but with the numbing cream, though. Because
Yeah.
I don't need to feel
No.
that shit no
Yeah.
more, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I've already, these suck, bro.
Yeah.
This one
I did.
hurt so bad.
Oh, I bet.
This
I
one's
did.
so bad.
No, dude, like, I did full numbing cream for this one, and then
Yeah.
I went there. They started, and when it starts to wear off, I even did like numbing spray.
And you,
I didn't
that's
feel
crazy.
anything. I'm not going through tattoo pain.
So
For no
like when I
reason,
got
no.
this one when I was hella young, it was when the numbing cream first came out, bro. And that shit didn't help at all. Like, so
yeah.
I've never used it again.
Yeah,
You
now
know
it's
what
so
I mean?
advanced, dude.
Yeah, so
feel a thing.
I'm definitely gonna use it on the next one. But yeah, I got the shirt off.
You had to.
We don't know. I don't know if we'll use it. Do I look good, Tony?
You look great. You look great.
I just don't like
Fantastic.
how, like, bro, I got a short torso, bro. You kind of got the same problem.
I got long legs. Yeah.
Yeah, we got long legs, bro. So it's like you got to
Yeah.
get really
I
jacked
know.
right here.
Yeah.
So it looks good, bro. But I'm doing good.
Dude,
I'm doing good. So we got
I'm doing what I can.
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
10 to 12, and then we'll superset it with, so it'd be 10 to 12 each arm on the hammer.
Okay.
Ready?
Alternating?
Yeah, alternate. Ready?
Cool. Man, you're looking jacked. Usually I look at myself in the mirror when I'm working out. I'm looking at you right now.
I never work out with the shirt off, bro. Like my thing is, bro, if
Well, that's because you work out at a commercial gym too.
yeah.
That look, people will start tripping out with that.
And then also,
Oh shit.
and then also like, what was I gonna say? Like if I don't look at myself longer, like when I do come out, my shit, and I look at myself in the mirror, it's more of a like, oh, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the more I look at my body and my biceps, I feel like I see less gains. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like a mental thing I do.
See, I can't relate to that. I always got to look at myself in the mirror every time I'm working out. But it's like motivation for me. It's like, okay, I see a little bit something here. It's like seeing your progress a little bit. Shit, it's heavy. Alternating feels heavier than when you do them at the same time. Oh, shit.
So, what would you say? We can switch if you want.
Nah, that's fine.
I was
Too
gonna
late.
say. So,
Already
what
picked
would
it.
you say? What would you tell any kid coming up right now? Like, since graduating college, well, JUCO, college, playing, coaching. What would you
advice
say?
would I give someone?
Advice, or what is the most valuable thing you've learned on your journey, of elevation as a man?
Oh, as a man?
I feel like as a man and as a, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the lesson is like all encompassing, right? Like,
Yeah, true. And that's to
and
be.
then what advice would you give? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, so it's
Like
similar.
a two-part question.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to say it for sports, but it kind of goes for life as well. There's two things that I always tell a player, and it kind of correlates to life too. It's like the first thing, and I know it sounds cliche, but once I always like break it down to players and then they understand it. It's like you have to train on the days that you don't have practice. And that's like anything else in like life. You have to put in the extra work. And I know it sounds cliche, but the reason why I tell players that, and they know it, but they don't understand it.
Right.
But it's like if me and you were on the same like team,
Yeah.
right? We like all go to practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Right.
So we're getting better, but we're getting better at the same rate.
Same rate, yeah.
But it's like if like I practice on the days where we don't have like team practice,
Right.
I'm training on Mondays and Fridays. We're still getting better, but I'm getting better faster than you are.
Right.
So I'm like separating myself from you, or if I'm below you, I'm like catching up to you.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that I always tell players, because they think it's just good enough to like go to practice, because I'm getting better, but you're not getting better faster.
Yeah, you got to do more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that like it was hard for me to learn. Like when I was in high school, like I didn't really understand that concept. Like I got it, but like I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's the thing I tell people too. Like when I'm doing my training on the side, like you got to go on the days you don't want to go, because that's the separation at the end of the day. And like, so you're saying that, but is that the most, now what's the most valuable lesson you've learned? You know what I mean? Through all of that.
To be coachable.
Right.
To be coachable for sure. And that goes for sports.
Keep learning.
That goes for sports, and that goes for life. You like have to be coachable, meaning you have to be willing to learn, willing to listen in any aspect of like sports and life too. Because if like you go through sports, you go through life thinking that you know it all, you're fucked, because that means that you think that there's nothing more for you to learn.
Right. So tell us about, now that you're, like you said, you're not coaching right now. You're not, you don't really know if that's going to be your next thing. You know what I'm saying? So before we got here, you had a game, right? But it wasn't a pro game. It wasn't a college game. What kind of game was it? Tell us about Sunday League.
Yeah, that's just a little Sunday League. Sunday League gets a little crazy.
The soccer culture.
For those of you that don't know Sunday League is pretty crazy. It's where a bunch of has-beens like myself go and spend our Sundays where we're playing. But it gets pretty crazy because you have these egotistical coaches who want to beat the other coach. So what they do is they'll tell players to come and play for me, and we'll pay you money. So realistically, when you play Sunday League, you have a bunch of like former D1 players like myself, former pro players who come and play a game for like $200, $300, and it gets pretty freaking crazy, because it's like all players who, you're not as fit as you used to be, but at one point you were fucking quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen some highlight videos, bro. You guys don't fuck around, bro.
No, it's nuts, dude.
Like on that video you posted just on your story, that coach, it looked like he was upset.
Pissed,
he was upset. Like,
yeah.
He was upset. Like, where the fuck were you?
Well, because they bet shitload of money too. They're like betting like thousands of dollars for one game, and that's aside from the probably thousands that they're already spending paying players.
Oh my goodness,
It's crazy.
Bro. All to say, like, I beat him.
All to say I beat him.
That's all it. Hey,
yeah. I could never picture myself, especially now that I coach, paying my players, hey, come in, like, please come and play for me. I will give you money to come and play for me. Like, that's just absurd to me. But as a player in Sunday League who benefits from it, I'm all for it.
So you're saying you coach, so like this season at the high school, you're saying with all these new rules, this NIL stuff, you wouldn't pay a youngster?
Not a dime. No way.
You wouldn't?
No way.
You're not giving Buddy nothing?
No, heck no.
Nothing.
I will pay you with my knowledge, and I'll teach you the game, and that will be worth more than money.
So little dude, you better be grateful.
Yeah, hell
right?
yeah.
That's crazy. Like, how do you feel about all that? You personally. How do you think that would have made you feel 18-year-old, 17-year-old Josue, if they gave you like, let's say $100K, if they're like, Josue, $100K.
Oh, see, but that's college, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, like they're paying kids like before they even get there.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're making
yeah.
money in high school now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, well, I mean, it depends the
I don't
level
know how it works,
yeah,
bro.
well, like, I mean, it just depends where I'm at. Like, if I'm coaching high school, I'm not paying no one to win a high school championship.
Okay.
If I'm at a higher level, D1, then
you're cashing
then
buddy out?
for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Otherwise, you're gonna lose them.
Because you just gotta play the game at that point.
yeah.
Everybody's getting cashed out.
Yeah.
Everybody.
100%.
Okay, that's wild, bro. Yeah, because my boy works at Oregon, and he said like most of the kids there are making a quarter.
Yeah,
like a
that's
quarter
crazy.
Like they're getting bread, you know?
Yeah. And what is that? Football though? That's football. Yeah.
And
I mean,
Oregon's-
football is different type of money too.
They got
though.
no cap. They got no salary
Yeah,
cap on
yeah,
the NIL.
no.
You know, I don't even
Yeah.
know what that means, but yeah, I was like a quarter, and he's like, Ray, they're not even. He's like, they're flying. Like we can't give them breaks because they're gonna fly out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's like, we got to worry about what they're flying in.
Yeah.
I'm like, flying in? He's like, Ray, they're not even getting, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, man, shout out to them. But
Well, dude, if like that was around back in the day, can you imagine like Johnny Football? The shit
oh
he
yeah,
would-
yeah. I can imagine the
Gosh.
stuff he did off the books. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have that like. Well, now that shit's so crazy that's why you have someone like who's that gymnast from like LSU who's been in college forever. Livy Dunn. She's like you don't know who that is?
I think I've heard of her.
Shit, maybe I'm on social media too much. It's like this like gymnast who goes to LSU. She's like in her 5th, 6th year of college, just because she's making so much money on that. And I know.
She's like, yeah, there's no point to that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, last set. Last workout. So tell us, what are your fitness goals going into the summer?
My fitness goals going into the summer is to be as tan as possible. To be as tan as possible. Will I be as big as possible? I don't know, because I'm like debating, do I want to completely be washed up at soccer when I play every once in a while?
Right.
Or do I want to be as big as I can be? So we'll see. Definitely need to be tan though. You can't. That's a non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. My thing is, I just want to keep the veins and get my abs bigger. I just want them to be seen from the top.
You want them to pop?
Yeah, from the top of the beer can stairs. Like, if you're at the bottom, I want you to be able to see my fucking, like, at least the top block, this top block.
Well, they pop right now.
Nah, not yet. I still like fucking burritos and shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I give me a little carne asada burrito.
What's your favorite cheat meal? Like if you just had to pick out on something.
I keep, it stays the same. Either like a carne asada burrito or a piece of pizza from Pizza My Heart.
Pizza My Heart, huh? Pesto?
Yeah. Nah, I just like regular
shit.
pepperoni, bro. I'm so picky. So picky.
You go with that pesto one. That's a good one, huh? Tony knows.
It's a pretty good workout, huh?
This is a great workout.
Little Sunday pump with the boys.
Woo.
So now, workout done. In our alma mater.
Good lighting.
Good lighting.
Good conversations.
Good conversation.
Good tattoos.
Good tattoos. You know,
everything.
Hand in hand. Keep the hair growing. Keep the pump on. Stay jacked. Stay tatted.
Stay tan.
Stay tan. So tell us now, before we close out, what's next for you? Where do you see yourself, going in the future? You said you're engaged. You're about to get married, of course, but where do you see your career going? Are you going to run for mayor? The city wants to know, Josue. Are you going to run for mayor?
No, definitely not, man. Too many politics going on. Too many politics behind the scenes that I don't want to deal with. No, I'm going to keep on coaching. I'm in between coaching at a junior college with a full-time job there, because that's like really good. That's really good pay.
Right.
Steady pay.
Right.
And it's like not a lot of pressure.
Right.
As opposed to you go to a 4-year, sure, it's like
It's game on.
yeah, and if you don't have a good season, then it's
the
like
fuck
holy
out.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Okay.
see.
Well, I want to say thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Always keep doing what you're doing, my boy. Keep being an inspiration to not only our generation, but the younger generation. Keep inspiring. Keep, being a stand-up individual, setting the standard as what it means to be today. In my opinion, like a man, bro. You feel me? It's not there's a happy medium with guys like you. You feel me? You don't gotta be too hard. You don't gotta be too, tough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
You just gotta stand on what you believe in and keep it pushing, bro. So
Yeah.
this
Thank
is
you.
Bay Affiliated, episode 8.
You looked at me like I was if I've been on another episode.
Yeah, you're supposed to know this is Bay Affiliate episode 8. We're at CHS and wait. Before we go, I want to tell you guys a crazy story, right? Because we're in the gym.
CHS gym.
We're in the CHS gym. One day, we I don't know how it happened. This is when the school was freshly built, but we snagged the master key. Nah, I'm probably not going to say that.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is Bay
too
Affiliate
much.
episode
Too
8.
much.
Like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to everybody supporting. Thanks for all the constructive criticism.
This guy's jacked. I need to get like that.
My bad.
I need to get
My
like
bad.
that.
That's a wrap. We're out.